is also seated here. We'll be having also join us Jesse Ejapon, Kobe Spikey Nkrumah, and Abeku Agri Santana. Alright, here on Joe 99.7 FM. Let me say hi to my special people. Good afternoon, Uncle Ken, yes. Robert, Uncle Francis.
Hi.
Kwame,
yeah.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm as good as can be.
Thank
you very much for asking.
Rob?
Yeah. Before you go to
okay.
You were talking about fugu.
Yes.
And I want a clarification.
Yes, please.
From anybody here.
Yes, please.
The name fugu, is it the design, the material, or what is it?
Okay, we should allow the one in fugu to tell us what it is.
It's the fabric.
Ah.
Oh, really?
So if I buy the fabric and I sew a straight dress for my wife, it's still fugu.
It's still fugu.
I see. Thank you. I wanted the clarification.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
So
okay.
Isn't this the same as? Isn't this kente? Isn't this what other people call kente?
No, it's not kente.
It's
Fugu
not.
is different from kente, even though it's also
woven,
on the loom thing, but it's different.
What makes it different?
I think the process of developing it is different from how kente, is done. The kente loom is different from the
fugu loom. So fugu is different from kente.
Fugu is done like strips.
Mm-hmm.
It's done strips before when they are sewing the batakari, then they, add it.
So what is batakari?
Oh, okay.
This is batakari.
And it's also known as fugu.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think the
depending on where you are,
anglicizing made it
smoke.
Ah, so it depends where you are.
Yes.
You can call it batakari.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then you can also call it fugu.
Fugu. Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's the cloth.
It's a cloth.
Ah, the material.
The material.
Oh, so if
and
the president,
and the design of the material.
So if the president was wearing a shirt,
yes,
with this material and a pair of trousers, a long sleeve shirt with a collar, with this material and a pair of trousers, you still would have called him in fugu.
I don't think he will wear that. No, Uncle Ken, it's like if you're wearing, if he was
why is he running away from my
if he was wearing a shirt made out of
this material,
out of kente, for example.
This material, not kente. I'm saying this one.
No, I'm just using that as an example. If you saw a shirt with kente, it's still kente, right?
Yeah.
So I assume that's what it is.
But with the fugu,
so why you say he won't wear that?
Don't you think
I
the
don't think
fugu is fugu because of how it's sewn?
No, but this is
the design.
This is fugu material.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and it's in the form of quote unquote a blouse.
No, it's not a blouse.
so what is it?
I won't take the blouse.
So what is it?
It's a top. I won't take the blouse.
Top.
It's a top. Yeah.
So if
I would never take the blouse, even if you use a rope to tie my neck.
Almost a parachute.
I think the conversation eventually was good. Initially, we were really bad hurt, from. Especially when you saw comments like, why is he wearing his wife's blouse? It was so hurtful from the beginning. But I think eventually it created an opportunity for us to be able to educate, if you like.
Exactly.
People beyond even Zambians. I'm sure there are a lot of other people who didn't know much about it.
Oh, I suffered from similar stuff in South Africa.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So I was emceeing a program. It was Kwame Dadzie International Festival, MC. We were all wearing, so that it was a kente night.
Okay.
Essentially. Me, I was wearing my fugu. Okay. Heavily represented. I came on stage with all my swag and then came with some theatrics. And then during the program, like midway, then the guys were like, I like your MC, like, I like what you're doing, but this is your dress. I'm like, oh, it's not a dress. I'm like, oh, but it looks like a dress, like a baby
they keep
dress.
saying dress. They keep saying dress.
So I had to use the opportunity to explain. But then obviously, anytime the explanation goes for, they actually end up appreciating what you're wearing because of the cultural significance. And then, it usually adds a lot of weight. And in our space, the culture adds premium to whatever it is that's normal.
Yeah.
So anything they see is normal, but when you add meaning to it, then all of a sudden it changes the value that they place on the product.
Dadzie raises a point.
Okay, he says
that cloth is different from design.
I think I agree with
Denim is the material.
Yes.
And we say denim jeans.
Okay.
But you can have a denim top too.
Yep.
And in wearing the denim top, you won't call it jeans, will you?
It's
Because I
jeans.
think
It's still jeans.
Is it not still jeans?
It's jeans. I mean, I hold the view that denim jeans is tautology.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because we've gotten to know denim as the cloth used in sewing what we call jeans.
What we call jeans, yeah.
I
It's
agree
like
with you.
wearing khaki. Khaki is khaki, whether it's trousers or it's top.
Okay.
It's khaki.
Okay.
But what is khaki?
No,
The material.
I don't think the denim jeans is tautology. I have a trouser I bought that has denim on it, and the material is
No,
not.
no, no. There's
It's
a
not
company,
jeans.
there's a brand known
Yeah.
as denim.
Denim.
That's
Okay,
different
so
from
then-
what we are talking
Yeah,
about.
that's different.
Yes.
But the material is denim. And that's what you sew jeans with, right?
All right.
Oh, design jeans with.
That's what you should.
All right. Uncle Francis, so this whole fugu trend on social media, early on I said something in Say It Loud that why don't we be intentional as individuals and follow the example of the president? Just like Robert did. You went to South Africa, you went with a piece of Ghana with you. I'm not saying it should be compulsory, but you travel, maybe you take a piece of kente or fugu, so you market it more. Should it not just go beyond social media postings and conversations?
For me, it's not even about traveling. It's about, first of all, appreciating it locally. When we had the National Friday, where I thought it was a big thing, but for me, I've always been of the opinion that it shouldn't have even been once. It should even be more, because you don't get to be a Ghanaian only on Friday. You're usually a Ghanaian on every day, and then on other days you get to slot in something with an international or foreign taste. So that's how we ought to treat it, And once you do that, we know exactly what it means in terms of getting the local economy to begin to add value in terms of what they do, So for me, that's the key thing here that we should be focusing on. How do we represent our Ghanaianness daily, rather than waiting once a while, or rather than when we are traveling? It shouldn't be when we should be Ghanaians at all times, and then it becomes easier for us to take a piece of that with us because it is who we are.
I mean, if you ask me that, Kwame, I mean, you're preaching to the choir, because that's what I do.
You dear, no. Even your kente sash.
And I think most Ghanaians do that when they travel. Either they're going with a kente, something Ghanaian. Could be kente, could be shebata, could be alata samna, what they call black soap, where they are. Could be,
When you go with Alata Samla, do you invite them into your bathroom?
Oh no, you give them out as gifts.
Okay.
Yeah, you give them out as gifts. Or it could be golden tree chocolate.
But he's just finding
I think Ghanaians do a lot of that, but it's not. And one of the reasons why the Zambians were a bit surprised about what they saw the president wearing was because they are not, that kind. I mean, Southern Africa is very strongly westernized because they were there for far longer. And so a lot of it, so they were surprised that, and I've seen up to today some comments that, well, it could be your national attire, but you don't wear it to certain occasions. That's what some of them are saying.
Like
because as far as they're concerned,
it's an official,
like coming to visit us.
Coming to visit us. You needed to, wear a suit or something. That's the mentality.
Oh, okay.
But I think a lot of Ghanaians do, what Kwame is saying, in a sense that when we're traveling, we want to carry something Ghanaian, to give us a gift or show up, present and all that. In most of these conferences that you attend in Africa, the Pacific Africa, they put specific day within the days of the conference, say that cultural, day, so people have to come and show their culture. But we wear it almost every day, you know, that we are, you know, in plenary or in breakout sessions and all that. But I get a point where it must go beyond just, you know, individuals thinking that I have to do this. If there's a, you know, deliberate way that say that we should do it, I think that will work. And we have moved from, I think, where it used to be that we chose just one day, Friday, to represent our culture.
Right.
These days, almost every day, people wear, you know, what they want to wear. And the one day was because we're coming from a place, I think, that at that time, you know, you wouldn't see a bank person wearing anything more than a suit.
That's right.
But these days, they have their own clothes. They have their own, you know. But I think Ghana has done well. And that's what the Zambians realized. That we're a bit more into the culture thing. Though we don't know because we live it, you know. So we don't know that we're a bit more into it than most other people, than most other Africans. But it is an opportunity for us to continue to engage a lot more. I mean, for me, if there's any realization, is the fact that we assumed that everybody should know it and know that this is what we wear. That assumption is what I think gave us the shock when the guys were calling it blouse and dress, you know, and all that.
Yeah, but
so we need
my question is, how do you expect them to call it if they don't know it and they see it for the first time? They have to call it like what they know it looks like.
So did it look like a blouse to you?
That's what to them.
They conceptualize it from.
To them. That's what
to them, did it look like a blouse?
Yes, obviously. Otherwise, why would they call it that way? So
it looks like a blouse to them. Yeah. And up to today, somebody saying, okay, you can call it fugu or anything in your country. Yeah. For us, it's blouse. And that's when I see that, it pains me so much. You know, not like
pains.
When you try to
correct them,
let them correct them.
No
comment. You see 10 Ghanaians.
They come and write blouse.
You see 10 Ghanaians comment, and then one person, okay, it's still blouse.
Kwame, being intentional.
Yes.
About certain.
Yes.
I have two brothers in Germany. Their mother's German.
Okay.
But we come from the same father.
Oh, okay.
Their mother is German. They live in Germany. And I visited them in August last year.
Okay.
You know. And when I was going
they took you on a tour of Europe.
Yes, they took me on a tour of Europe, actually. When I was going to Germany, I was thinking of what to get them and members of their families, you know. So I went to see a rabbiner at Wegana. And I got every one of them something from Wegana. And I took it to them. I should tell you how excited they were to see the product. Because it was so different from anything they had seen. And they intentionally wore this to a function, all of them.
Together.
And you should have seen the reaction from their German, you know, compatriots. Wow, what's this from? Says Ghana. The material was different. The designs, different.
And very colorful.
Oh, very, very colorful. And they loved it. And you would be surprised that up to today, my brothers keep sending me messages about getting them this for their friend, this friend, that friend. So I've become a regular at Wegana, an EJ house, and they know me there very well, you know. So spreading these things can be done in different ways, you know, and you highlight this. Back in our time, there was no social media to highlight anything.
True.
But today, like you guys know, it is intentional. Once you see something on social media, boom.
It's gone.
It's gone. And the president was able to use the occasion.
Exactly.
He really
He milked the occasion.
He nailed it.
You know,
too much
to put forth to them. And their president, the thing about their president, when he was saying he was going to order stuff, he couldn't mention fugu. He said stuff, some of your stuff.
Your stuff.
You know, some Zambian said he had blouse in his mind, but he couldn't come out.
He was looking for the diplomatic word.
You know, this ties into our conversation today.
Yes.
But you know, I mean, the example you gave is the same. Anytime we give things to people in other parts of Africa, especially down south.
Right.
You give them kente, something, maybe a dress or something. they went to events and they tell you like everybody was astounded to have seen them in that, and then that's where it come from. They say Ghana, you know, and all that. So
but you do well, pa.
Oh, he tries. He tries
to market the destination. You know, that's why it was so painful to people like Udimaya when those comments were made, because they have tried a lot of time to see how they can promote, you know, things from here, but it looks like it means that there's still a lot of work to do.
Right.
There's a lot of work to do to make sure that, you know, people appreciate the different culture. I mean, last year there was the Creative Connect Africa that was held in Accra by the AFCFTA Secretariat in partnership with the Black Star Experience and then the, what you call them, Africa Travel Partners. You know, the essence of that was to see how we can exchange culture, I mean, within the continent, and see how creatives can earn from the different places. I mean, imagine if people who do fugu have the kind of market that has been created, you know, and they can export things to not just Zambia or, you know, across, you know, the continent and even beyond. This is a very important, you know, what you call it, exposure, you know, to the craft that they do. And I think the next step will be how to take advantage of it. I mean, it's just like you said, ties into the conversation with that. We've had a big exposure of the destination, not just Ghana, but across Africa. Big exposure by a young man who decided to come here, you know, with his own resources. And it is not just the spikes, it's not just the trend, but how do you leverage, you know, the opportunity that has been created becomes, for me, the next
Philip,
step, you know.
something just dawned on me.
Okay.
There's a lady who has an enterprise, and I think it's called Fugu Plus. Philip, I know you know the lady. Okay. Now, I'm beginning to lean into Francis's explanation of the Fugu being the material. Because that lady uses other materials, but just she has the trimmings with the Fugu, yes, on them.
Okay.
You know, because she uses other cotton materials, linen and other
to
stuff.
sew fugu.
But no, to sew shirts.
Shirts, okay.
But then she has trimmings like a pocket.
Okay.
The material.
Okay.
Or the neck.
I get it.
Or you know. So
Well, last year when I went to TGMA, the petticoat I wore was from Fugu, and the
was from Fugu
bow tie.
Yes.
Made from.
Okay, made
you know,
from.
so there are different ways that you can use
different creative expressions.
So it's
Fugu
the
material to create other things, to create trousers, to create, you know, petticoats. Even I've seen people use it for suit, jacket. You know,
you said the president shouldn't wear shirts.
I don't think he'll wear that. He won't wear that.
People use kente too to sew suits.
Just like the way they
so it is. If you use, like I mentioned, if you use kente to sew a shirt, it's kente, right? It's kente shirt.
Kente shirt.
And so if you use fugu to do a blouse,
all right.
So if you use fugu to do kaftan,
likes the blouse.
It's fugu.
It's fuktan. Some comments here. This one says, for me, this fugu matter simply denotes the extent of cultural alienation many Africans continue to wallow in. Have Zambians ever hosted India's Narendra Modi? Have they ever seen him wear a suit? And then the suit originate from Zambia. Ama from La says, hi, Showbiz A to Z, this is no big deal. We have a lot to learn from the Nigerians. President Obasanjo never wore a suit, even to international functions. Example, in the U.S., the current President Tinubu is always in their typical Nigerian wear, mostly with the Nigerian national colors.
But he didn't fall in their Nigerian wear.
Either green or
he fell in a suit, in a big suit. He didn't.
All right, so these are the comments you just sent in. You can send in more comments. 055 1111 997 is our WhatsApp number.
That was techie, by the
way. Okay, you can send in more comments. People still commenting on the Fugu thing. All right, but let's zoom in straight into something that happened about 2 weeks ago. American streamer IShowSpeed's was in Ghana about 2 weeks ago, and he was here as part of his African tour. Went to a cinema waterfalls where he started his Krujenjing. No, that wasn't the Krujenjing. He started with a massage. He said, "I am in Ghana." Yes, from there, the waterfalls in the background with the ladies massaging him and his people. From there, he went to Akropong, where he was given a Ghanaian name, Berima Kofi Akufo. And at a point in a video, he was trying to rehearse the name, or say Akufo, Afoko. And then he went to the Black Star Square, did some flips there, ate jollof. A jollof that he said, the Nigeria one is better than the Ghana one. Turns out to be that the jollof that he ate was prepared by a certain company that people were so angry. They were angry with them. Say, you people, you been checking the pizza you did do. What business did you have to cook?
I think that was very unfair.
Yes.
To the brand.
And I listened to the PRO say that the big one, the pot, it was prop for him. He said that on Adum TV.
Prop in what sense?
It was planned, according to him, it was planned for IShowSpeed to fall, to just dive into it, to just flip back into it.
Did he taste like eat from it?
Yes, it was, so according to him, it was planned for him. Yes, it too.
He ate from the prop.
Yes. No. He ate from a bowl.
He ate from a bowl.
And then he flipped.
He flipped into the prop.
Yes.
And he sat in.
And then he picked stuff.
That was the explanation he gave in that interview on Adum. He went to other places, to Bukom, went to the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. And then, after that conversations, we're trying to analyze the relevance of his visit to Ghana on our tourism, art and culture. Many people sharing their various opinions. Some people saying it wasn't important. Why did we even, the foreign affairs minister even say that we were going to give him a passport, Ghanaian passport? So many angles to their conversation. But we're looking at the medium in which he carried out his entire curation of content, which is digital media. And so as Ghanaians, we also have people here who do stuff on new media. So it's a digital space where we all ply our trade, we post stuff, some people create content, others go live on TikTok to talk about issues. We're looking at how we can also leverage on this, and not to do exactly what IShowSpeed did, and the conversation not really about him, but about us as a people. How do we leverage on digital media to grow that space of the economy? And so that's what we be getting deeper into. But before that, let me ask, Uncle Ken, I'm very sure you were online watching IShowSpeed's content when he came here about 2 weeks ago. I'm sure, if not, I'm sure you've seen snippets on social media. Which of them tickles your fancy the most?
I have seen, but I did not watch
the live stream. But you've seen snippets on social. Which of them tickles your fancy?
Which of what?
The scenes, the various activities he embarked on when he came here.
Oh, of course, visiting my hometown of Akropong. And going further towards Adukrom to the waterfalls. Asenema waterfalls.
Okay.
Along those places.
Beautiful.
That tickled my fancy. And that was when I went back to check on what his whole trip had been like.
Great.
Because I didn't know of the geezer. I have to be very honest. I'd never heard of him.
Most of us didn't even follow him.
Yeah, before his arrival here.
You are not alone.
Yes. And I happened to chance on an article that was written by our able producer.
Oh, Onukpanai.
Yes. I read the article, and if he will be honest with me, I have never told him, I've never commented on it or gotten back to him to tell him what I thought of his article.
All right.
I haven't.
Okay.
So are you going to say now?
Oh.
Tomorrow, Chechof.
Obechi.
Say now or forever hold your peace.
But I do want our listeners out there to know who exactly our producer is.
Tell them.
Me, I didn't know why he invited me to this particular show. Because he knows I don't know IShowSpeed. And so he set me up like he always does to research before I come on the show. Okay. But there's something he wrote.
Okay.
The introduction to his article. That I want to let the media, the listeners out there know about. He started by saying, as a media producer, media executive, and content strategist with close to 2 decades in Ghana's media landscape, and as a lead producer at Joy FM, very important. Okay. I have seen how narratives are built and how influence travels. What happened during this visit of IShowSpeed confirmed everything many of us in the media already know. Digital media is no longer supporting the story. It is the story. I found that captivating.
Very.
You know, and I said to myself, hey, as someone in producer, he has not been writing enough.
You're actually
right. Then it is me who I don't see his write-ups. And he doesn't send me his write-ups. Because it captured, in a nutshell, what this whole thing is about, which some of us did not know. I have listened to so many people talk about the visit and what it entails. And Kwame, you also, I have read a lot of your
commentary.
Your commentary, where you've had, you know, debates with people as usual. Kwame Dadzie and his people on
no control.
Kwame Dadzie and his people on social media is very interesting.
No control.
You know, the Kwame, it established something. I made some notes.
Okay.
The first part, the growing power of digital influence in driving tourism. You cannot deny what this guy's visit has espoused, you know, to the world. It also generated massive online engagement as millions of viewers tuned into his live streams to experience our country's culture, heritage, and everyday life through his lens. In how many minutes?
He did that for
5 hours.
For 5 hours, yeah.
He promoted our tourism offerings to a global audience, particularly, very important, a young, digitally native audience.
Yeah.
Our scenic destinations and rich history. And then he also made sure that was it more than 30 minutes?
Which one?
No, I mean the stream.
5 hours.
No, 5 hours.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It reshaped perceptions, showcasing Ghana's modernity, hospitality, and cultural depth. Millions of people around the world saw Ghana as a welcoming country, a vibrant country, and a place full of energy. You know, so I learned a lot, and when I saw the lineup of panelists for today's show, I said to myself, "Good, these are the people I learned from." You know, Francis was there. Ajapong. Jesse has a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
And Robert, who I hear on a daily basis, you know. Robert is full of it, you know. He knows his stuff. So I said to myself, let me come on the show and learn more from these people. Because me, it is through our producer that got me interested in getting to know what all this is about. So I'm happy I'm here today.
I love that. Did you see the Hamamat's scene?
Yes.
Did you?
I wish it was me.
Okay.
Even the president wished it was him.
The way the president was talking about it.
The president wished it was him.
I honestly wish it was me, man.
No, you will.
Now, Benya.
Producer, I think we need to go and book a session for Uncle Ken.
Yes.
We hear it's been booked from now till, is it March or April?
Yeah, so what you need to do is to book for the after working hours so that you can get that early. If you are looking for the working hours, then now you have to wait till
book one for me for my birthday in April.
Let me come to you, Robert. So IShowSpeed has come, he's gone. We've analyzed the importance of his coming. Now to the digital space and the economy. What lessons can we learn to grow our digital space and economy?
First of all, we should stop calling the digital space new media. Then it was new media. When it was named new media, then it was new. It was growing up, and so they needed to give it a name. New media. Today,
it is media.
It is media.
It's so new media.
It is the story.
It's so new media.
You understand? Yeah. And
television is over 100 years.
Newspaper is over 200 years. I understand where he's coming from.
Okay, let me put it. If he doesn't want the word new, it is a now media. That's okay. I mean, fine. I mean, he so you can
change
say
the E to an O.
You can the now media accessible on your phone. So somebody was saying that tourism actually starts on your phone, not at the airport.
Right.
Because content creation is the currency of the space, the digital space. So if you're a content creator, you're telling a story, you have a platform to use multimedia. So you're using sound, you're using the visuals, stories, etc. All of them put in one, and that has a bigger influence on anybody you can think about. So when you have that, and you have the ability to be able to tell your own story in real time, which is what he did, you can't take it for granted. Now, so that particular space for me, I think it just projects a lot of things that we need to be very serious, or we need to take seriously, because it's not the usual story anymore. When Web 1.0 started, it was just information on the internet. You read. Web 2.0 enabled us, the readers, to also create content. And that empowered a lot of people to be able to share their own stories. And that changed the narrative when it comes to the social media platform and everything about it. So the first thing I want to say is that we have a challenge when it comes to the infrastructure that enables success when it comes to the digital space. Because you must necessarily have internet and the devices enough to be able to utilize it to that extent. I was just checking the internet, the statistics from last year.
Okay.
In terms of internet penetration. And we're at 70% internet penetration. So as of 2025, yes, Ghana,
70%.
Internet penetration in Ghana stood at approximately 69.9% to 70%. So that's 70% essentially. So of a total population with roughly 24.3 million to 26.3 million active internet users. The mobile devices are primarily the driver of the connectivity, with 38.3 million to 41.8 million active cellular connections, significantly exceeding the population count. So all I'm trying to say is the enablers within the space are there, or we've gone beyond, or we're around 70%, and that's the majority.
Okay.
So it means that the influence is huge and is great, and we have to take cognizance of that. That's one. Mobile devices, one of the biggest things that actually facilitates the whole process. And that is the reason why those who are into software development or those who are creating content, we cannot look down on what they're doing. We have to respect it. Now, the other side is the people that, with respect to tourism, the people that we are trying to attract, how do they learn about a country? So, again, the books say people experience your culture before they actually experience your country. But the question here is, how do they experience your culture? One of the biggest means to do that is social media. So whatever narrative has been put there, and let me borrow from Philip in this particular case, the narrative is what is placed out there. So whatever narrative goes out there, that is really what sells your country. So when you have a bunch of people who are great storytellers, who are projecting the right things about your country, indeed that's what you're putting out there, and we need to be very conscious of that. I told you about a time when I spent about 2 weeks out of the country, and surprisingly everything I was reading felt too negative.
About reading
things we're reading about
the
Ghana.
country.
About Ghana.
Yes. So always, so you're usually always on air, so you know what's happening, and you guys discuss it. But then when I was not here, and I would read stuff on air, like on the internet.
On the internet.
It is always the story that has been told by someone. So people's projections about whatever the truth is, that is what was placed on the internet, and that's what I was reading. And anytime I talked to anybody down here, the story wasn't 100% that way. So it's like whatever was painted, that's what I was reading, and that's what I was feeding off. So then I now understood why a lot of people would go like, actually, I hear say the country no good, the country no good. Like you talk to folks who are outside, and then they are always trying to, they are feeding on what is negative, and then you explain to them, and I realize, wow. So one of the key things that we have here is to be very clear about whatever story we are putting out there, and whatever image we are painting about the country.
But Rob, you know negativity sells.
Oh well, we understand.
I mean,
but then again, in the name of, I don't know how to put this, but the reality is we need to be conscious about the story we are putting out there, because if it's not accurate or if it's not right, then it masks whatever effort has been placed in this particular case. Yes.
This jollof rice matter and the comments from Ghanaians out there ruined a lot of the you know the narrative around his visit, because I mean people were lambasting the company that did the rice, and the fact that he backflipped onto the rice, and people still ate the rice after he had backflipped onto, you know, I mean all that narrative was bad.
So let me just connect the narrative to the IShowSpeed experience. So one of the reasons why people loved what happened with IShowSpeed is that his experience was not scripted. Live streaming, it's not like the thing has been cooked, somebody's doing some edit somewhere. No, it's happening in real time.
Live.
And he's showing it. So that authenticity made a difference, because a lot of people could clearly see, okay, these are the people, this is real life, this is real culture, and it's happening, and nobody's scripting anything, and I get to experience Ghana for what it is. And these are the people, and this is how nice they are, and that is what really made a lot of difference for a lot of people. And for me, the biggest thing here is that we have young people driving this, and it was able to change the narrative within the of the US, like things that had been said over and over again negatively about Africa. He was just able to break it down and break it away, or let's say disintegrate it in hours, essentially, you know, projecting Ghana and Africa in the right light. And I think that the digital space needs to be one of the areas we look at, because really that's the future, and it is happening now. We need to be able to understand it and milk it properly. Otherwise, the negativity we cannot, you know, it will be difficult for us to be able to, you know, deal with.
Thank you, Robert Clark. Let me come to Francis Doku. I know you have a background in digital media, in broadcasting, in media in general, and in tourism as well. So this one sets just within your ambit. Now, how do we leverage on new media to promote tourism, culture, arts? How do we do that? How best do we do that?
Well, I mean, the platforms are available. Tools are there to be used. So I guess it is just as properly understanding, you know, the space, you know, a lot more, and trying to use what is already available to push, you know, whatever we have. But it must start with And I think we've said here a lot of times that nothing can be successful without proper planning or without without being deliberate about it.
Yes.
And we have tried many times to be a bit deliberate in how we project our destination, to people outside. And I'll add to what Robert said, that we need to properly understand the space and know that these things are available and available for us to use, for anybody to use to promote their destination. I mean, some destinations have been a bit more deliberate about it. If you call what Dubai, for example, use some of the people in our destination, like Dance God, and some other people in Nigeria and all that, to drive their destination. If you know what South Africa has done over the years to use people from Ghana and Nigeria, host them, let them do content and put it on Instagram and other places to drive their destination. And they're one of the biggest, destination in terms of arrivals, So it is just properly understanding and being deliberate about it, in my view. In regards to IShowSpeed's, let me talk from where Uncle Ken was a bit, angered, if you like, by the Jollof conversation.
The Jollof conversation. And
put it in context that Uncle Ken, people were a bit angry about what happened because of Nigeria. Now, they hosted him first.
Yes.
And they messed up.
Ours was the last stop.
Ours was the last but one, the penultimate stop. The last one was Namibia.
Okay. Yeah.
So they hosted him and they were they didn't show up very well. And there was a lot of bad press, And so they wanted to hold on to one thing, and that was the Jollof conversation. And that was where Ghana dropped the ball. Of all the things that was done, that was
he dropped our ball. He dropped our ball.
Well, I mean, my view is that why did we even give him Jollof? Jollof is not our traditional food to start with. Why must it be Jollof? And it was Jollof because we always want to fight Nigeria on that.
The war.
So come and eat this one and tell them it is better than the Nigeria one. I felt that was not it. We have other traditional Ghanaian food that we could have.
The way Reggie Raxton
we
was
wanted really
to
we really wanted to push culture as it is and all that. Yes, we have adopted Jollof and it's one of the big ones. But if we wanted to give certain experience, should it necessarily be that?
Jollof?
So I just wanted to put it in context that the reason some people were not too happy was because, and that was really what eventually, that's what it became. So Nigerians said, now the guy said, their Jollof is better than Ghana Jollof, and look at, and all that. So people were not happy about that. But I think that overall, and I have consumed a lot of content afterwards on TikTok, on Instagram, and all that about how people saw all the experiences he had across Africa, and Ghana stands very, very, very tall among all the other countries that he were. Kenya did brilliantly. South Africa did good. I like almost everywhere banning this, but every time they mention Ghana as one of the key or one of the best experience streams that happened. So the point is that we have that leverage now. A lot of people have said that they didn't know, these things existed in Ghana. Many people who watch the 5 hours of content and maybe the cut down of the content on YouTube now is about 1 hour.
Okay.
And it's brilliant stuff, captivating of all the things that happen. And I've seen so many comments about people who say that because of some of those things, they want to come to Ghana.
Yeah.
And the point has to be that it's not just this young man's thing that we have to rely on. Now we need to have a strategy that will leverage
exactly.
That's what, in my view, not just Ghana, but all the countries that he exposed, to his audience and to audience around, especially in America and Asia and, some other places, is to look at how to package what he did, and then look at how to sell it, to people. And we have the platforms to do that. I mean, Robert says it's not new media. It is.
It's now media.
It's digital.
I think that the technology is new because some other media have been there for hundreds of years.
So many years.
But this has become, so I mean, about 15 years ago, if you were planning a campaign and you had a budget, you were going to commit maybe about 1 to maximum 5% to digital. You have
and the rest.
Yes, the rest to
but
radio,
now,
TV,
right now,
out of home print. Now, if we're planning, maybe you could give about 40% to digital. In fact, you could even do 100% digital campaign without even spending any money on TV or radio.
And depending on your target.
Depending on your target. There are some programs that have like literally run that way without focusing on,
you know.
Oh, yes.
It was unheard of about 10 years ago. Even 10 years ago. You couldn't do that.
Francis, Philip, in his article, also made a certain point.
Okay.
He said that, and that graph,
it stood with him.
It stood with me. He said that digital media has been able to do what traditional media has struggled for years to achieve.
Which is what?
Which is, for instance, and he was referring to IShowSpeed's visit. He said that within that period,
5-hour period.
Yeah, within that period, the attention that he got or Ghana got out there will have struggled to be same with traditional media over a lengthy period of time. And I agree with him.
No, I mean, it's true because, there are barriers to traditional media.
Yeah.
There are barriers. I mean, if we were doing this program on radio, solely.
But
solely.
No,
we're also live.
It's not solely
It's
now
not solely.
because of digital media.
Right.
Yeah,
So other people who do not live within the geographical area where FM broadcasts need to cover,
Right.
can listen. People living outside of here. But if we were doing it solely on radio, as Uncle Kendem used to do on Groove FM.
You just had to slot that in.
It would have been within a certain radius.
Yeah.
So if you live outside that radius, you wouldn't hear, what was going on there.
One of the funny things though, we're doing some analysis about peak time of CNN in comparison with IShowSpeed's following.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it was quite interesting because they have about their peak time numbers. It's about, I think about 500,000 thereabouts. I'll look for the figure and then share. And so we're like, wow, so that is peak time CNN.
500,000
They're
compared
about
to millions.
Exactly, and that was quite interesting. So social media, and IShowSpeed's total following on social media is over 100 million.
Across board.
Yeah, across board, it's over 100 million. So it's huge. And so featuring on the question you asked, Kwame, what's his name? Francis. I just want to mention that, so... attention. If you have attention on social media and you don't have strategies, just noise.
Good.
If you have attention on social media, you don't have strategy. It is just noise.
The strategy is what we want to get
The strategy
into.
is important.
Right. Yes.
And so for me, the question is that we should be asking ourselves if we are social media ready or if we are digitally ready.
Yeah.
And when I say digital ready, I'm asking about all the elements or all the elements responsible for projecting our tourism.
Okay.
So if somebody is looking for information right now, I've heard about Ghana. How ready are we with the right information? How ready are we with
we need to answer that
contacts?
question when we are back from this. Let me get to the phone line.
But I'm not done.
Yes, you're not done, I know.
Okay,
I'll come and continue with you,
Francis.
please. Let's speak to the Deputy CEO of GTA, Ghana Tourism Authority, in charge of marketing and special duties, Mr. Gilbert Abeku Agri. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, my brother, Kwame.
How are you doing?
By the grace of God and mercies.
Are we back in Ghana? The last time we spoke, you were not in Ghana.
Yes, I'm in Ghana.
Thank God. And so we're talking about IShowSpeed's visits. We've spoken at length about the relevance, how we are benefiting from it. But as someone who has a government institution, what do you think are some of the lessons we've learned from it?
Well, first, let me thank you for the opportunity and also commend your panelists for the insightful contributions that they are sharing. I think about 5 minutes I've been holding on, so listening to Francis and Robert's submission and Uncle Ken.
Yeah.
And they are fantastic. I'm not surprised you won the CIMG radio show of the year. But you see, IShowSpeed's visit, when we said that we were not directly involved with his itinerary, yet we took advantage of the ground handling, and that is why you saw some experiences that today has become the talked about experiences like Hamamat, what do you call it, the Shebata Museum, the waterfall massage, and so on and so forth, including the boxing that happened at Bukum Boxing Arena. You know, prior to his visit, there was a non-disclosure agreement we had with his team that did not allow us to share any information to the public. If not, he was going to cancel those attractions that we had shared with him. So, if you remember, some media colleagues were trying to get in touch with us to give an itinerary of where he will be visiting. And I think that in the wisdom of his team, from the experiences that they've had in certain countries like Nigeria, where people interfered with the flow, he needed a space because they keep reviewing each visit and how they should approach the next destination. Ghana Tourism Authority, together with the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, the National Security, the Ghana Police Service, Customs, Excise, Preventive Service, or Ghana Revenue Authority, the police and other relevant authorities came together to give IShowSpeed access to Ghana to do what he did that we all experienced. And Ghanaians also jump on it. And at the end of the day, Ghana is getting the traction and the talkability across the world. We are very happy. We are proud about that. You saw the Ghana Tourism Authority bus, which he used at a point. They were all planned. But you see, the concept of IShowSpeed's streaming sought to give an impression that it's not planned. You know, it's not planned, but there's some kind of planning in it to some extent. And here I want to commend my boss, Honorable Mrs. Mavi Fuawajeto, and the Honorable Minister, Honorable Mamagaji Fa Ablagomashi. They were very instrumental in coordinating the activities, even though they were not around at the time. Yam Pofwanka also did very well with the boxing experience that happened at Bukum, because you saw that there was a boxing ring, not like unplanned. There was a boxing ring at Bukum. That was planned, that was prepared. You understand? But, you know, there's a way you go about it. So the Ghana Tourism Authority, under the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, we're doing our best to position Ghana as the most preferred, the most attractive cultural heritage destination with different experiences for different sects of the market. We have the market that want to see museums. We have the market that want to see cultural heritage. We have the market that want to have fun with art, music, and entertainment. Now, there's a new market that is evolving, and that is leisure. So what IShowSpeed did with the massage at the waterfalls and the Shebata Museum is wellness. You know, wellness has become a new tourism experience that some people want to have. Now, the international markets, number one source market is America. You have the UK, you have Germany, you have Netherlands, you have Spain. Now, the potential tourists coming from these countries, according to our tourism research and satellite account, their interest differs. So when IShowSpeed came to Ghana and demonstrated all these experiences, it appeals to the different interests of tourists who want to come to Ghana and what they want to experience or what they want to see. So, as His Excellency the President said, what IShowSpeed did, the traditional marketing has not been able to do that because of the reach and the influence that he has. So we are very grateful that Ghana has been positioned as the fun, safest country. It has a very youthful, vibrant community, culturally rich. So heritage, nightlife, food, music, people, experiences is the product that we have.
Okay.
We don't have the wildlife like the East Africans have. So this is a way that Ghana has been sold. So if you are a tourist or maybe a wanderlust and you want to come to Ghana, there's an indication of the experience that you can get. So a lively people. You can't get it in every destination or every city. So this makes Ghana, feel that experienceable that people would love to come. I think I've seen a video on social media with Kadiri, an actress from Nigeria. She came to Ghana immediately after IShowSpeed to go to their cinema waterfalls to have a massage, and she has posted it.
Wow.
He also has following and influence. The followers will also want to come. So there's a spiral viral effect of what IShowSpeed has done. Not only the waterfalls and the Shebata Museum, but those who want to also experience the culture, the traditional experience like naming ceremony. That is something that is going on. There's naming ceremony activities in Togome, in the Volta region. There's a naming ceremony activity in Kumasi Cultural Center that is going on. So naming ceremony is one of the new experiences that the African Americans want to have. And our tour operators are doing that. But because they are not large on the digital space, people have not seen it. So the planners of his itinerary knew the cultural immersions that appeals the American market or the African American market. And that is what we all experience with IShowSpeed visit in Ghana.
Abe, IShowSpeed was able to achieve this through digital media. As CEO, Deputy CEO of GTA, what do you think we can do? When I say we, your institution can do to leverage on new media in promoting tourism?
Even before I answer that, I want to commend you, Kwame Dadzie, and Multimedia Joy FM in particular, because you have been very, very consistent in our tourism experience and how we develop our tourism attraction experiences. You have a very huge influence within Ghana and even beyond Ghana, and you are one of the source media platforms that people get information from. It helps us. IShowSpeed's visit, we have videos that we are using in our international market exhibitions that we show, because he did it public, and we also recorded it. So we are going to cut the experiences when we go on international market exhibitions. We show them that this is one of the experiences that you have. It's a free market or endorsement that he has done for us. So we are going to leverage and use the content that he created, and sell. We are going to show them street food. We are going to show them the music and dance, the landmarks, the cultural immersion. That these are the experiences you get in Ghana. So we have a video. We send our videographers who are following him. We have ITB in Berlin this month. We'll be going to Berlin. We'll use that content video and sell it and tell the markets that will come to the expo that this is some of the experiences that you can have. If we have hired a model, we're going to pay the model. Probably if the model is not popular or known, it's subject to maybe a conviction of the prospects before they can decide to come. But if this American influencer even came to Ghana to experience it, then maybe it's a very popular site attraction. Let me also go and try. So we are going to leverage on the IShowSpeed's video content in our international marketing expo.
Mr. Agri, beyond IShowSpeed, how about GTA curating your own content from the various tourist sites that we have? Maybe you selecting a number of very influential content creators to do that. We have a number of tourist sites in this country that need amplification as well. Don't you think so?
Yeah, we have them. I mean, Francis is a tourism expert. He knows it. When we go for international, we don't show them flyers. We don't show them just pictures. We show them, video immersions of experiences that they can have. You see, tourism marketing has changed. Now you sell tourism with story. So there's a storytelling behind every site attraction. Mind you, there is this waterfalls in East Africa, I think Zambia and Zimbabwe, where they hold a cliff and the water is, I'm told that they hold the leg on one side, but it doesn't show in camera. And people want to have that adventure. It is that emotional connection with the site activity that people want to see. So we do that. We do that in all our international marketing expos. We don't show only pictures. Perhaps where we have to come in is to use influential people. And here, who are those influential people? And that is why the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration last year honored our brother Wudimaya with the diplomatic passport. Next week, our sister Hamamat will be commissioned as tourism ambassador for Shebata. Wiyala is coming on. I'm not supposed to even disclose this, but I think I've let it out because you asked me the question. The Honorable Minister, Honorable Jifa Gomashi, has engaged or contacted these people, and very soon you see videos of these people that we are going to use in our international marketing. So what you said, we are doing it, but probably we are not using known influential people. It comes with cost, so you need to also negotiate with them, have some understanding. But there are those who are very committed and very passionate that they want to do. When you get such people, it makes the negotiation a bit easier and flexible for you to, because getting them the availability, readiness to do that and all that is also sometimes a bit of a challenge. But we are doing it.
How well, okay, apart from Wudimaya, who we know the GT and government has some kind of relationship with, how well do you utilize content creators? We have a number of them who are into various things, and there are a few who also try to do tourism. I know, for example, Jonila has been going around touring various places in this country and documenting them. Do you have any intentions of maybe selecting a few and then working with them to promote this agenda? Because I know you've said it already, that when you travel to for conferences, you show them videos. Beyond the conferences, on digital media, how well do you intend to bring together these content creators and then make sure that the agenda is well drummed home?
In fact, we have to commend our content creators who are creating experiences and selling them on their various network platforms. Like you mentioned, Jonila. We have this colleague of Sheldon, what's the name? He also does travel.
Scanty explores.
Scanty also does. So we have all these guys in mind that we want to engage them. It comes with cost. It comes with price, and also their willingness and readiness. Already they are doing it. So we think when we approach them, it will not be too difficult. Except that we're a bit constrained in the sense that there's a number of things, activities that you are doing. But we'll definitely get in touch with them. Next week, you will hear from our Honorable Minister, Honorable Jifa Gomashi, engaging these few personalities that I mentioned, Wiyala and Hamamat. Then we'll come to the content creators too.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gilbert Abeku Agri, for your time this evening here on Showbiz A to Z. Thank you. All right, so Gilbert Abeku Agri is Deputy CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority, in charge of marketing and special duties. You just heard him speak to how we can leverage digital media to promote tourism, culture, and creative arts. Let's come in here and continue the conversation. Francis Doku, we just listened to Abeku Santana. According to him, it's not a bad idea to have content creators or people in new media help them promote tourism. Now media. But he says that it's a matter of money, financial issues here and there. But it's something that they are considering to make sure that it helps with their work. Yeah, also mentioning that in the coming week, we will have Hamamat announced as ambassador for Shea Butter, and then Wiala for another cause. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. Francis, please continue with where you left off.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Does he remember?
He does. Or you can start from here and then roping.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but again, there's a need to be deliberate about that, because the GTA has marketing budget, right?
True.
And every year they have marketing budget, and you decide how you want to use your budget. I mentioned earlier about how some of the destinations decided to invest their marketing budget in influencers. So it's just a matter of you saying that I have 10 cities, and maybe I want to use 5 cities of that to do influencer, instead of placing ad on Joy FM or doing this and that. So it's about how you want to expend your marketing budget.
You mean you should place ad on Joy FM and then...
Yeah, you can do both. Yeah,
you can do both, or decide not to place on Joy. And
you have to decide.
How can you decide not to place on?
So
what are you talking about?
Uncle, don't push me.
You will go yourself.
I'll find my way. So, I mean, there was a time when the regional manager for South Africa Tourism at the time, Shloni, he mentioned that they decided to use the money that they would have used to, place ads on TV or out of home, to rather pay for people who would come and have an experience.
Wow.
And then propagate their country. And that's how we were able to, arrange people to go to South Africa to have an experience. Even at Beku sometime, we did all that. So it's a decision that you make as a destination, that I want to either use the marketing budget on traditional media, on new media, or I want to use influencers to drive the destination. It's sometimes when people experience it and tell you, it gives you a bit more meaning than just seeing an ad, or hearing an ad or reading an ad in a magazine, and all that. But there's a combination of all that also that helps, because there are times when people may not be on that influencers, platform to see the things that they are talking about, because even, new media or digital media or now media is restricted to certain things, and algorithms
and
work.
Those who have data.
Yeah, those who have data.
We will come to data too.
Who have smartphone, or have devices that can access that. So that's something that the GTA has to make a decision on. And if he says that they're combining that, it's fine. Now, I also like us to not be too quick, to just appoint people ambassadors because of one thing that happened. You recall when we made Efia Santua the ambassador, because of one thing that happened, and all that. She's in Canada. I think
Ambassadoring there.
So I like the part of the stream where IShowSpeed ended at Hamamat.
Yes.
And that experience is the highlight of all the experience that he had here. I mean, I think two things that people have said, or the thing that people have said about Ghana stream is the beginning and the end.
Very.
Amazing. And that's what shot the ratings so high for most of the people who watched the stream. But I don't think that just because of that, then we had to appoint people ambassadors. I mean, if there has been considerations before and other things, it's fine. But I do not think that only because of that, then we make people ambassadors. And previous experiences have shown us that that's not necessarily the way to go. We just need to properly do assessment. I mean, before you appoint an ambassador or influencer, there are a lot of boxes that you have to tick for the person to meet those. Have we done all that, or we're still in the process of doing that? I think if that is done and she fits it, why not? We can, go ahead with her or whoever that we want to. But I think that it shouldn't be a knee-jerk reaction based on, what we saw on the stream.
Francis, I think the Hamamat's Parlor.
Hamamat.
Okay. Hamamat's Parlor. The number of ladies we saw.
Yeah.
In the live stream.
Yeah.
Are they always there, or they were there just because of IShowSpeed?
I've never been there. I haven't been there yet.
But I think it's part of the experience. These are people who, that's the role they play, and that's how they actually dress up.
You must understand.
Full
a lot
immersion.
of people's interests.
Yes.
About wanting to go there.
It's about the number of ladies.
No, but Uncle Ken, I think we know that if you go to a spa for any experience.
Normally they're about two.
So I was coming to that if you want to pay for 10 hands, you get 10 hands worth of, and you pay for 10 hands. But normally it was 20 hands. It was 20.
But you see, the point Uncle Ken raised is very important.
It's important.
Somebody might travel from somewhere.
But they will have rates. They will definitely have rates.
Okay.
If you want
you
10,
check. Yeah, you want 10.
You get 10. And you pay for 10.
Yeah, but this one, it was 20.
Oh, it was 10.
From 10 girls.
It was 10.
What
10 ladies.
10 ladies, yeah.
Yeah. But I believe that some work has been done on Hamamat. Clearly, she's been in that particular space for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I know of some of the things she's doing because she's a former queen, Miss Malaika 2006. So clearly, we know that she's been in that particular space and she's been doing the most.
So how is she going to be used as ambassador? What role will she play as ambassador?
So I would have, it would be nice for them to share with us the details.
We wait for next week
and how they are actually going to help her to project, because the things that she's doing, we know that Shea Butter doesn't really, it's not from here. It's all the way from the north. And if you can backtrack and you can clearly establish its impact in the north in terms of business, the number of lives is going to change, and keep it running. We're 100% excited. I think it will be good to actually uncover exactly what they want to do in that particular space. What I want to now discuss really is about how ready we are, because
before you get there, please, I beg.
Oh,
sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
He cut me, so you can.
Oh, you haven't finished.
Cut Nation.
Kwame.
Yes, please.
I am sitting here and I'm asking myself. I come from Akropong.
You.
So you're an Achim?
I'm not an Achim. I'm an Akwapim.
The Akwapim's come from Achim?
No. I am Akwapim.
This is your controversy, dear.
It is like your argument about now media and
traditional
media.
A lot of the people at Akropong did not even know about the waterfalls.
Asanema.
At Asanema, Dukro. Okay?
Yeah.
And the question I'm asking is, did it have to take a foreigner to come to our country and expose this to us? Just like the Hamamat Parlor. A lot of people have seen on social media saying, we didn't know this existed. So why did it have to take a foreigner to come all the way to our country to expose some of what we have to us as a people?
No, I think for that, we won't know everything. I mean, it must be exposed to us to
by
see
foreigners.
I mean, that really doesn't matter.
By whichever means.
The foreigner only got there because some locals directed that
yes.
foreigner.
I hear it was the Minister of Tourism, Culture and who led him there.
Exactly. So it's not like the foreigner knew the place.
No, I can understand that, but that even makes my point.
Okay.
No,
but do you know that the people who organize this trip across Africa are Ghanaians?
Are Ghanaians.
Yes. So they know.
So we have.
So and I mean there are times.
Why didn't you expose this to us?
No, maybe it wouldn't have gained the traction that this particular one gained.
I'm not talking about the traction.
No, it's a platform.
There are times when I have traveled to a very far off place in South Africa.
Right.
That when you talk about it, even South
Even
Africans
their
tell you
own
that
people don't.
we don't even know this place exists.
So in effect, you are talking about domestic tourism.
Yes.
Why are we not visiting our own places and waiting for
knowing
such
about?
Okay.
All right.
It's first to know.
It's
and
first
then
to
please.
know.
Second to make the decision.
Let me talk to Kwame Spike in Nkrumah, and then I come to Robert. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Good evening. Oh, okay. Robert, please continue.
So we go off Anglican's case.
No, but he's done his comment. He's been answered.
I have not
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah. I just want to. I think it's a good time to find out whether digital is an afterthought. It is usually part of the plan, or it is the plan. You understand? You know that these are some of the questions we need to be asking, and whether we are digitally ready. Because life, like pseudo life, is what we find in the digital world. An extension of who we are is being placed in that particular space, and like you ought to be ready 360 degrees, because that is where everybody seems to be going to find the extension of you thereof and then connect it to the actual. So the question is, how ready are we in terms of information, in terms of support, in terms of if somebody wants, if somebody is lost or things are unclear, what do we have? Do we still have text-based info, or we have CV? And when I say CV, I'm referring to your story already told about specific places. So let's say we have forts and castles across Ghana, and you want that to be in the forefront of places for people to visit. What stories have you told about these places, and how have we capitalized on audiovisual materials to be able to tell these elements, so that people are just able to, like, you're able to watch and go like, man, I really want to go to this place. What testimonials have we captured from people who have done the visits over the period to be able to project it in the right way, or everything is just text-based, etc. Some of these things. And what are we doing in terms of capturing of information or experiences, editing, putting it out there, and the follow-ups to ensure that it's out there, SEOs, like in terms of search engine optimization. Everything within the space. What are we really doing to ensure that we are at the top?
Let's try to see if we can get answers from somebody who is a technology consultant. Kobe Spikey in Nkrumah is on phone now. Good evening, bro.
Good evening, bro.
How are you doing?
I'm always 100.
Amazing. Today we are just analyzing a part of IShowSpeed's visits, and we're looking at how we can leverage new media to promote tourism, culture, and creative arts. In your own estimation, what do you think is the best way to go about this? How well can we utilize new media to promote tourism, art, and culture?
Okay, so thank you very much. I've been following the conversation, and I heard the comment about new media and digital media. So now it's now media. Let me throw a spanner in the works and also introduce interest media, because that's what social media has evolved into, right? Prior to what we know today, when you go on social media, say Facebook, X, Instagram, it was what your friends posted. It was the pages you were following that you'd see stuff. And I did a whole article on this, talking about how, it's evolved into now what you're interested in. So, you start seeing content that you're not even following, from pages that you're not even following. So we first need to understand how these things work, how the technologies work. Because I see people creating marvelous content, but then, 1 like, 2 likes. Even big media houses still have a lot to learn when it comes to new media, social media, digital media, now media, whatever we want to call it. Because we need to realize how the audience is finding the content and tailoring the content to meet them. It's no longer, we've created it. Big name corporate media houses are competing with human media. Like, your competition is no longer another corporate house. It's that individual. Like, look, IShowSpeed came with 50 million subscribers. That's almost twice the population of Ghana. So essentially, we are looking at a guy bringing his own digital nation to Ghana. And all his audience, they're watching us, they're asking questions, they're like, what is this? Where is this? So we need to realize that it's no longer an institution thing. It's human stuff. Like, it's a human thing. I talked about how Cristiano Ronaldo has more followers than the teams he's ever played for. Because people are more connected to the human experiences. It's no longer an institution's experience. That's why we have influencers now. So I would honestly entreat the GTA to really take this whole influencer marketing serious, because I would trust what someone has been and experienced over what an institution is telling me. And that's just human nature right now. If you want to buy a new phone today and then you see an ad, you call a tech guy like me to find out, is this a great phone, before you actually make that purchase. So we need to forget about, not entirely, but we need to forget about that, traditional mentality that an institution tells the story now. No, it's the audience. It's the people, the human. People want that connection, that human connection. And Steve is now a TV network. He's programming his content. He's not just putting stuff out there and hoping that it flies. He's identified what works. He's looking at his analytics. He's looking at his data. And that's what he can benefit from digital media, the reports, the data. And, when he started and there were some analytics that were being put out, I was glad, because I'm like, that's what we need to use to tell these stories. Before IShowSpeed, there were other people. There's a guy called Sam Calder, and I've been following him for a long time. He creates some of the best travel videos, and it's so good that nations invite him to come and shoot videos there. Dubai has done it. Just today, I was watching one that he did in Yemen, and I saw some trees that, marvelous, and the guy shot some beautiful drone footage. And I'm sitting here thinking, if I get some nonsense money, I'll just travel the world and see all these places that these guys are going to, And I didn't see it in the Yemen Travel Authority's page. I saw it at Sam Calder's page. So we need to really leverage on the people who've taken this and said, listen, this is what we want to do, and then empower them to tell those stories, because they're the ones who can convince people to come, not an institution. As it stands right now, that's not going to happen.
What is your assessment of data reliability, data charges, and all that? Some people have said that, okay, if we want to grow this aspect of media and encourage more people to go into it so we can use that to promote tourism, arts, and culture, then we should talk about data as well. What is your personal assessment on that?
Absolute facts. Like, when I was told that you were going to call me, I had to give another number, because my other number right now, this is an understatement. But yeah, so imagine that I decided to do something like that and do an IRL stream, in real life stream, for the sake of Uncle Ken. And I went around with my data videoing. I get a lot of F's in the chat, and that's a Gen Z term for it's fact. If it's going well, W's in the chat. And you have to have a very perfect tech stack to have some of these things working. And if we benchmark Ghana's network stability, we've seen that certain services, I'm not going to mention names, are doing better. A lot of, internet users are migrating to these better services. Some of them even satellite. May not be as fast for the upload, but the reliability. And that's what we need to improve. When you go to some of these sites, these tourism sites, the first thing you're going to experience is downtime. Right? Some of the networks are great. You have networks everywhere. And I think years ago there was a proposal that was going to do local roaming. I don't know how far that's gone, but that would also improve, the service for people in those areas, or people who go visit those areas, to be able to tell their stories. Imagine somebody goes to some falls. I remember the late Stephen Abebio was chasing waterfalls, finding waterfalls in all of Ghana. He found some of the most hidden gems and posted about them So imagine somebody also decides to take this adventure and gets there and no network to post. Then some other content comes up, they forget, it falls into the archives, and that's it. That story never gets told. And it's in the immediacy of things, which is why IShowSpeed's whole thing is the live stream. We're doing it now, 5 hours, non-stop. You can't compete with that. The guy has given us something that people that paid $7 million for on the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So yeah, we need to really fix our infrastructure when it comes to telecommunications. It's good, but it could be way better.
Great. Kwame, before I let you go, as someone who is tech savvy, what advice do you have for people who want to get into content creation and new media, content curating? What do you have to tell them?
The system has changed, and it keeps changing. And, Robert mentioned the algorithm and how people need to understand how it works. And if you want to go into content creation or content curation or any of such stuff, you really need to understand the technologies behind these whole things. Like, if you're applying 2019 algorithm to what's happening today, it's not going to work. And that consistency. People cook and they go to sleep. And then weeks go by and your content becomes stale. People forget you. Look, I always say this. Today, I don't remember the last 5 Instagram pages I saw because I was scrolling through, watching the reels. You can't, look, imagine that you're watching something and then your feed refreshes. 99.99999% of the time, you can't find that content back. It's gone because every 60 seconds, hundreds of thousands of content is being created. So you have to be memorable enough for the person to look at who created this. Now I want more of this. Now I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to turn on my notifications so I always come back when the person creates. But if you create, you go to sleep, somebody takes your place. It's like you're a wache seller and you have the best wache, but you are inconsistent. Monday you came, Tuesday you didn't come, Wednesday you didn't come. Do you think people are going to come back and look for you? Because no matter how good your wache is, my hunger is not waiting for you. And that's what we need to realize. The content that is being churned out per minute is a lot, and the competition is a lot. And so you have to be really consistent and be catchy enough and understand the platform to make sure that the content you're putting is going to get the right audience and the right results that you're looking for. And always look at the data. The data speaks for itself. You see how long people are watching. I mean, if this, and I heard in the beginning when we were talking about, if this was only being broadcast on radio, what would we have done? If I'd missed this, that would have been it. Tweeting is gone. But thanks to social media, I can go back, see people's reactions, and decide, okay, maybe we should have a conversation about this part because certain people said this about it. You wouldn't have gotten this from traditional media. You wouldn't have gotten this from any other platform except digital. Digital lets you see how many people watched online. Matter of fact, I started watching this thing online before I realized, hey, I have radio in my car.
Oh.
That's how bad. Yeah, I was watching on Facebook. Before I was like, I have a radio in my car.
You need to save data.
And I, that's how we become used to digital. That we totally forget that the traditional exists. And that evolution is happening. The sooner we realize and embrace it, the better.
Thank you very much, Kwame Spike Nkrumah, who is technology consultant, for your submission and contributing there. And so, we're still talking about how we can leverage on new media to promote tourism, culture, and creative arts. Robert was on the floor when we picked Kwame. Rob.
You think,
we're just discussing. So the thing is, I don't even know how to put it, but I mean, now media really is like it is now, and sometimes stories break on social media right now, and I think we need to understand that the focus is not the medium, the focus is the info. Yes, the content, that's the information. So if you have this studio, your ultimate goal is to be able to put it out there for people to listen. And if people are listening via radio devices, and that's fine. But if you have internet devices and then information can get to them, then that's still fine. So this is a house that basically churns content and shares news. And so let's not limit it to the radio device, because you have multiple platforms to reach out to people. And some of us, we read stuff on Joy social media platforms, and for us it's still coming from Joy. The brand is the brand, and the medium that you're using should just be a medium, so that you can evolve with time when the elements are changing, essentially. So that's what I want to ask some questions. So these conversations we're having from the macro angle, which of the ministries are responsible for it? And it would be nice to actually understand what their strategy is, because obviously you can have your plan, but in strategy, I know there's a component called emergent strategy, which is things you don't plan for, but you are flexible enough to adjust when they happen because there is a need for you to be able to adjust or ride with it. So it'd be nice to see.
In old media, it's called contingency.
And in now media, it's called what? Flexibility. You know, so it would be nice to hear what maybe the Ministry of Communications and Digitalization are doing in this space, because that's what we are discussing.
Yeah.
From the applied angle, we are discussing its impact on tourism.
Exactly.
That would be good. It will also be nice to know what the Ministry of Trade is looking at, because there's a lot of business that can happen on this particular platform. I was just reading Ghana's digital economy, valued at approximately $1 billion US dollars, is rapidly expanding with projections to reach 5 billion by 2030.
Great.
So we are discussing, money, and it would be nice to know what the Ministry of Trade is thinking of. It would also be nice to know what the Ministry of Youth and Employment, is it Youth and Employment?
No, I think it's youth.
It's youth, eh? Yeah, what they also have in mind, because the space is heavily, controlled by the people, the young folks. They are like the real digital natives. Most of them were born with it, so they are used to it. It's normal. Like, people can't even eat food without taking a picture these days. They have to upgrade, they have to update their lives and their fan base.
I'm not cutting
social
you.
media.
My son said I should buy him a phone holder, the stand. What are you going to use it for? So that when I'm eating, I can use a holder. When I'm eating, I'm holding the phone, my hand is spinning. So you don't use the phone when you are eating. You see these people
in your time. The now media days, everybody is a content creator, So I think it's a conversation that we need to really encourage, and we just have to be conscious of this. And one of the key things for me that stands out when it comes to IShowSpeed is about the power of being a first mover. Let me put it that way. The thing is there, nobody's doing it. You do it against all odds, and for some reason you succeed. And when you succeed, the advantage is huge. We're just having a background conversation, and Philip was like, "This one, Italy, is just once in a lifetime. It will probably not happen again." But it is because somebody braves the odd and then eventually moves into that particular space. Let's not wait. Let's be conscious of the digital space we are moving into and be digital ready and engineer capacity building, investment, strategy, folks, everything it takes just to be able to take advantage of this. For this, it really levels the playing field. And if we take advantage of this, we'll be able to make good inroads.
Thank you very much, Mr. Robert Clark. We have some comments here. This one says, usually it isn't about the exposure to Ghanaians. How many Ghanaians can pay to visit these places? I just came back from Boncran Forest Hotel in Central Region. Beautiful forest with beautiful story. How many Ghanaians can pay to go? Kweku Bear from Achimota sent in that one. You can also send in your comment. 055-11-11997. There was an earlier comment. This one said the late ex-president Jerry John Rawlings was by far one of the promoters of Fugu with his white shirt underneath. It is refreshing to see President John Dramani Mahama follow suit. I pray as Ghanaians we adopt not only our clothes but food, culture and lifestyle as an embodiment. Great show as always. Keep it up from Kwesi Infoni in Accra. Let's take a breather. When we come back, we have more. You need to have data to stream. When I was streaming IShowSpeed's content, at a point I was having problems. It was sufficient. It wasn't smooth.
It wasn't smooth.
It wasn't smooth. And so as we are talking about new media, now media, interest media, in the fact that we need data to stream. I don't know your assessment of how data is in Ghana in terms of charges, in terms of price, in terms of stability. Let me start with you, Uncle Francis.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that.
What don't you know? You know.
No, I don't.
Francis, you know
That what?
that data is expensive.
Well, it's expensive. Data is expensive. But I'm just saying that. What do I compare it with? Like
Other countries.
yeah, which country?
No, but I think we had an extensive one during the period when we were with some George. The minister
Yes,
was
yes,
working
yes,
on the
yes, yes.
rates.
Yes.
Yeah, so and it was very clear that in comparative terms we had high rates, and then he worked with them to bring it down. And he said he was actually going to continue.
Continue with
You know,
that.
so
Okay.
that's why it was good. I was even asking which ministry was going to be responsible.
Yeah.
And we mentioned all of these other ministries who have a stake in that particular space. So maybe it's a good time for us to revisit or have a tete-a-tete with the honorable minister and see what the plans are this year. Hopefully, it can go down further.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also because there's not a lot of competition, in the market at the moment. There were times when we had about 5,
Yes.
even 6,
Yes.
because you had also the likes of Selfline and others who were not mainstream telcos but were also giving data and all that. So I think there must be a way to look at how the pricing of data is. It's important because if you want a lot more people to be able to be using the internet to consume, data and consume content.
Yeah.
It will mean that they need to have, access to data as cheap as possible or as affordable. Cheap is not the right word. As affordable as possible, and not just that, but Kwame, in very good condition.
Okay.
Yeah. So that
You mean the data
yes,
being in good condition?
in good condition in terms of how smooth the data will be. The internet will be when you're using the data, because one of the disadvantages of where we are is the fact that our data is not always stable. We are supposed to be around 4G. But we're
How
supposed to
many
have
people?
4G.
Or 4G plus, right?
4G plus.
But they were talking about 5G.
Yeah, so that's
the one
4G
that was
plus.
launched. It's not being used. It was launched, but it's not available. And so currently we are on 4G.
Yeah.
But there are places and there are times when you feel like you are on 1.5G. So, and some of the providers, their data is not good enough
At all.
So if we're talking about going into new media, now
see what we
media,
do.
interest media,
Name
we
and shame.
Uncle Ken, when he gets your turn, you name and shame.
Okay. As for the name, we beg.
So yeah. I think what we're talking is generalizing.
Yes.
Generalizing the conversation. The Ghanaian needs cheap or affordable internet.
Affordable is the word, yes.
The Ghanaian need internet that is smooth,
Stable.
stable is the
yeah.
word. Because some of them give us a lot of heart attacks sometimes. Because you're trying to send a small document or trying to play a short video or something, and it takes so long for it to come. So yes, I think that if we are in that space now, and
Let me just feature
some of
on
us
that.
use 4 hours to watch, or even 5 hours. Some watch from beginning to end, 5 hours.
Yeah.
That's a lot of data. And I believe that if we're going to encourage that, we need to look at how
Exactly.
it can be affordable.
Yeah,
Also.
and
Thank
maybe
you.
coverage as well, like nationwide coverage.
Exactly.
In terms of cell sites and how.
I think what was done,
is it co-location?
Yeah.
Yeah, the co-location that was done to ensure that all the other what do you call it?
It's roaming actually.
Yeah.
Right. So that you don't use your own. If I am a place where my provider is not very strong, it just moves to the other network.
Okay.
Which is stronger in that area. I think there was some, technical interoperability, something that happened around that.
Okay.
But I don't know if that is functional now. So that you're not only on your providers across the country. But where you are, if it is stronger on the other one, it will just move you to that, and then you have a better internet, experience.
Francis, please, who controls usage? If you tell me you're selling me 100 Ghana cedis data, and maybe the price before was 150 Ghana cedis, and you tell me I've reduced my data to 100 Ghana cedis for the same amount that was for 150. But then when I switch on, the speed at which that 100 cedis data runs is way faster than when it was 150. And you want me to be happy because you have reduced my rate.
So you mean what? Then
And the speed at which it depletes.
Yes.
Okay.
So it finishes quicker.
Exactly.
So you buy again.
And yet you have told me that you reduced it from 150 to 100.
Yeah, but it's reduced.
How? This is
I mean,
where I get
in technical terms, it's
Maybe because you are paying lesser, you are streaming more.
This is the problem. Oh. This is the problem.
Yeah, but I think
That we have.
I've heard that, but I'm waiting for it to be proven
As
scientifically.
That's what.
Because usually it's people's experience, and it's not.
Okay.
They are not. I wish I could get some real data.
So you are happy with the way your data
Oh,
runs?
I mean, it is what it is, really.
Okay, Adam Free
okay.
Avevo says data in Ghana is very expensive. I was in Lagos in December last year. I bought 20 gig of data for 5,000 naira, which is equivalent to 50 cedis in Ghana.
Exactly.
That's from Adam Free
5,000 naira.
Avevo.
Yes.
And
50 cities data in Ghana. It won't even open
at
this
all.
thing for
I
you.
think when during the period when the conversations were going, you could see that some of the places, Charlie, theirs were like 1/3 of the cost that we were paying for.
Yeah.
So I'm actually in
All right.
full support of this. If
Of what?
Honorable
You say you are
Minister,
happy with your data.
yes, for now.
And it is what it is.
That's what it is, but really, if they are able to bring it down, they are able to stabilize. And the key word here is actually co-location. What we're looking for the cell sites and the towers to be able to, pick up, pick from any other existing tower that exists. That
So
kind
not
of stuff.
necessarily your operator.
So you don't have to, invest and all of that. If they're able to do that, that would really open up the economy, because the cyber world is a new world, and we need to be able to get into that space. Honestly.
Okay, let's pick our final thoughts.
Because it's part of the
Affordable
infrastructure.
Our final
affordable
thoughts
is a
on the conversation beyond IShowSpeed's tour in Ghana, the lessons we've learned for new media, for tourism, culture, and creative. Let me start from you, Uncle Ken.
What did you say?
Our final words before we go. Please, you are doing this in 1 minute, I beg.
IShowSpeed, co-location,
And everything. and Kruya, Jane.
And the guy said he needs Philip to arrange.
We will take him there.
Yes.
We will take him there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Amamat, if you are
Francis
listening-
has said all I wanted to say.
Thank you. Okay, Rob.
I think for me, we need to quickly understand that there are different levels of influencers who are playing within the space, and suddenly influencers will become one of the biggest people to look at, and one of the, should I say, if you have a career path in that particular line, it means that you have great inroads if you can position yourself strategically ahead of time.
Yeah.
Either nano, micro, macro, mega influencer, whatsoever it is. If you position yourself well, you will be able to make a lot of inroads, and we need to be able to do that. And for the parties involved in terms of the agencies or the GTAs, etc., if they are able to identify the right folks, they can get them to amplify whatever they are doing and be able to project Ghana in the right light. So let's get that.
Thank
going.
you, Uncle Francis.
Hooray.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the job that the young man did, IShowSpeed did, was a very good one to expose the destinations in Africa as much as possible to audiences that did not know a lot about us. I think I saw some videos and comments about people, saying that they've been deceived for a long time in America.
Yeah.
Because the things that were shown to them were not the kinds of things that they saw.
What age group were those audiences?
These
Old, young,
people,
mid, all of
millennials
them.
and Gen
Yeah,
Zs,
yeah,
So
I like-
between 18 to 40, there were a lot of them said, well, they've been deceived for a long time. I saw a guy shedding tears. I don't know if it's crocodile tears
Oh, of course.
on TikTok that you know, he has lived a life for a long time because of the things that they were exposed to and all that. So he now has to. So it's a big opportunity. And I think that beyond just, you know, the individual countries looking at how to leverage this to their advantage, I think there must be some collaboration, you know, across, you know, the region. For instance, West Africa is becoming the cultural region, you know, in Africa. And there are strengths and weaknesses of the different destinations. Guinea has some strength that Ghana may not have. Benin has some strength that Ghana may not have. We need to look at how to draw, you know, strategies that will drive our destinations to, you know, markets that will come and have the different experiences, so that if somebody or a group are coming to Africa or West Africa, they will look at maybe the castles in Ghana, visit some of the things in Benin, travel to Ceylon to see other things and all that. So I'm just saying that as Abeku and the people at GT are thinking about leveraging this for Ghana, they should think also beyond just Ghana and see how regionally we can, you know, have that kind of strategy that to draw in people into the region, and Ghana and some of the other markets also benefit.
Kwame.
Thank you, Francis Doku.
Kwame.
Yes, sir.
My last word.
Okay.
Vloggers of today and content creators of today should take a cue from what this young man has been able to achieve.
Sure.
Imaginative content. They should stop following politicians and celebrities to funerals and dinners and courts and things like that.
Team legal wise and side chick.
You know, they should stop that and come up with imaginative content that will earn them money.
Thank you very much, Uncle Francis, to you, Robert Clark, Francis Doku, to Kobe Spikey, and Abeku Agri Santana. It's been great having you on Showbiz A Z on Joe 99.7 FM, brought to you by MTN everywhere you go on Superstar Multi-Food Drink. This show was produced by Philip Nye, supported by Anita Tay, with assistance from Olivier Fagnon. Yeah, we are back next week. I'm leaving you in the safe hands of Stoneboy.